So yeah, I did freak out. And once again, they were telling me, "Don't worry, it's you're young. It's probably an infection and inflammation and all that." Anyhow, so my family doctor referred me to a urologist, and so from there I did an MRI, and then I did a biopsy, and that's when they found out it was cancer. But I was lucky enough that they did find it on time, and they were telling me basically if I around 41, I would have seen say it symptoms. I would have been seeing symptoms because I had no symptoms.
Yeah.
Like, usually when it's your prostate, they say you get up in the middle of the night, you have to go to the bathroom and all that. I didn't have anything. Like, I was normal. Like, I didn't see any changes in me, right? So I had zero symptoms. And then they started me. So when they did the biopsy, the MRI and all that, they actually, I don't know how they did it, right? The doctors, but they told me 41, I would have seen symptoms. So within the next year or two. And now that would have been like a stage 4 thing. Like, it would have been too late.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Just Us Dads. Thank you so much for tuning in to this last episode of the year 2021. We promised it was going to be a great one. Unfortunately, we're doing it virtually because of the shitstorm that just happened that hit Quebec. And we're all back into Groundhog Day, scaring every single person, myself first. So we're forced to do it back on Zoom. Hopefully it won't last for too long. We did promise you this last episode of the year was going to be a great one. We have a great guy with us today, and it's going to be an inspirational episode for everyone trying to lose weight and for everyone trying to live a better lifestyle. And so we got Kosta with us. Obviously, Chris and George are both here. Gentlemen, how are you?
How are you guys?
All
Thank
good,
you much for having me.
Nice to have you, Costa. We've been trying
Thank
to
you
do
guys
it for
for
a while.
having me. It's been a while. It happened. Not in the best way right now, but
yeah,
we'll
look, we made a promise before recording that we're gonna eventually, when things go back to normal. I feel like it's a phrase that keeps coming back, when things go back to normal. But so when things go back to normal, we're gonna do an in-studio version of this as well.
Absolutely.
But we appreciate that you're here.
Gonna last? You think it's gonna be like 2 weeks and we're back?
I can't
trying to weather.
I don't know. I don't know who was telling me. I think it was. I can't remember who was telling me that Bill Gates apparently was saying that within the next 3 months, pretty much everyone is fucking gonna grab it, catch it, and then everyone's gonna be okay. So if we listen to Bill Gates, I don't know if he's always been right or wrong, but if we do listen to Bill Gates, by summertime, this should be over, technically, according to Bill Gates.
Well, not to denigrate Bill Gates, but is he the expert that we're listening to?
We don't know. We just don't know.
Isn't he the one that created it? Isn't it him behind those conspiracy theories? They're injecting us with microchips. What was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little far-fetched.
Let's not waste too many minutes on that shit.
But I do predict. You know what I do predict? I do predict people with booster shot number 8 being pissed off at people with booster shot number 7.
How come I got 8 and you got 6?
I see that coming.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Nothing makes sense. In any case, let's talk about more positive stuff rather than this COVID-19 business. Costa, thanks for coming on the show. As you are aware, we have started with George and Chris a weight loss competition. We started this back in August. Chris only took it seriously as of last week, and apparently he's lost 30 pounds. But
a little bit. No, what are you talking about?
No, 20, right? Something like 40 pounds.
I took a month to wrap my head around the whole thing. I'm doing it right this time. And look, Costa will give us a little bit more insight. But no, it's just it took my time. I started in late, but I'm gonna win.
How long has it been? How long you guys started it?
We started in July. We were supposed to end it last week, and we decided because we're bringing all you guys now, all these either experts and professionals in the field or people like yourself who have had a very positive experience losing weight. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We thought, let's extend it because we have a lot more people lined up. So, and we did some interesting collaborations with Nick Josos, who you're training with, and Phil Balabanos, who's a filmmaker in Montreal. So some nice stuff coming out in January. So we thought we're going to extend it until the end of March. So we gave ourselves another 3 months. That's the end result will be in March. But let's get to you, man. First of all, we don't have to talk about weight or numbers or anything like that. What's the story? You were a big boy?
I've always been a yo-yo, right? Up and down. A lot of people. You lose weight, you're good for a year, even less. Then suddenly something happens, and then you just, forget about. We always put the training on the side, right? Most of the time, everything's the training. So it's been, it's almost all my life. So at the end, it was all about finding. You got to find the right routine, right? We all live a different lifestyle. Some people are single, some people are in a couple, some people are married with kids. It's different. The formula is there, like I will talk with Nick and everything, but at the end it's where you place it during your day, your priorities, number one, right? But that also has to become a norm for you. But it does take time to become that. At the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. But once again, the reason why it all started is because let's say around 2017, I went for a regular checkup for blood tests and all of that. And I don't know if you guys done the test, the PSA for your prostate.
No.
Okay. Now, for some reason, I just went for a regular checkup, blah, blah. I get the call a week later. Everything's good. This is not bad, up and down, normal stuff, right? And then my family doctor's assistant goes, your PSA is high. I'm like, what's a PSA? She goes, for your prostate. Okay, what's wrong with it? So the average number for you to be okay is actually 4. Once again, based on your age, right? So mine was at 3.8, 3.87, 3.86, somewhere around there. You get don't worry, you're young. I'm 39, by the way. So talking about 4 years ago. So I was around 35, let's say 35, 36. So no, don't worry, you're young. Could be an infection, can be an inflammation, something. Don't worry, it's nothing. But I went again, if I'm not mistaken, after 2 months, 3 months, I did it again, and it went down to 3.5. Once again, it's going in my head. I'm like, it's going down. But they told me again, go back in 3 months. I left it, guys. I'm not gonna joke. It took me after 2 years. I went back to check it out. I just let it. I'm like, it's nothing. It's gonna go away. All of that. Anyhow, during those 2 years, I had some family members that felt sick, from cancer and all that, and it just clicked in my head. Whoa, let me go check myself up. It's been a while. Let's see where this thing is at. And during those 2 years, once again, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, all that. And so it was in January 2019 when I went to do the blood test. And when it came back, it was actually at 5.8 something. It went above. So, and it was actually, and physically, I was like in good shape. Not bad, but not like this. But I was a bit bigger, but not as big as when I was my heaviest, 297. Anyhow, so I did freak out. And once again, they were telling me, don't worry, it's you're young, it's probably an infection and inflammation and all that. Anyhow, so my family doctor referred me to a urologist. And so from there, I did an MRI, and then I did a biopsy, and that's when they found out it was cancer. But I was lucky enough that they did find it on time. And they were telling me basically, if around 40, 41, I would have seen symptoms. I would have been seeing symptoms because I had no symptoms. Like, usually when it's your prostate, they say you get up in the middle of the night, you have to go to the bathroom and all that. I didn't have anything. Like, I was normal. Like, I didn't see any changes in me, right? So I had 0 symptoms. And then they started So when they did the biopsy, the MRI, and all that, they actually, I don't know how they did it, right? The doctors, but they told me 40, 41, I would have seen symptoms. So within the next year or two, and now that would have been like a stage 4 thing. Like it would have been too late.
Wow.
So yeah, my family doctor actually, really saved my life. I don't know if he did it on purpose to check that mark. We spoke about it, about why he actually did. I don't know. And sorry about that. And so I always say he actually did save my life. And so in 2019, I did the surgery. It was a robotic surgery. It's like they're playing Nintendo. I swear to God, I saw the machine and all. It was so cool. Like it like when you watch it, you're like, that thing's gonna control my surgery. And the guy is just there looking at the screen, and he has his fingers attached to this remote, and it's like he's playing a video game. It's super cool. Anyhow, it was my first surgery. Obviously, I was nervous, but I was at the Glen Hospital. The team was amazing. Everybody was great. They make you feel comfortable and all. And so I was very, very lucky they found it on time. So since that time, obviously, unfortunately, when these things happen to you, your mind goes somewhere else, right? And that part of my life, I would like to share with others. I was never been this open guy. I was very shy back in the days. Whoever knew me, doing this for me, it's actually good. But like I said, the reason why I'm doing this is because of all the stuff we eat. I don't care even if it's veggies, because I had no family history behind this, the prostate cancer stuff. And at that time, I was the youngest in the province of Quebec. I did some research, and in other provinces, even the States, just guys that in the early 20s also. The thing is, they don't check you at that age. And when it's too late, it's too late, So, and because of what we eat and all, I truly believe that's what maybe caused that. Because once again, I was always a big boy, and when I was become big, I was eating all the shit that could be out there, the fat, the sweet, the everything, the salt, and a lot, big quantities, not small, big quantities. And when you do it over and over, you're shocking your body every time. You're shocking it, losing, gaining, losing, gaining, losing, gaining. You're really shocking your body. And unfortunately, on my end, that's what happened. Once again, I'm blessed and thank God they found it on time. But I still do my checkups. I got my next checkup next month. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous because the numbers have been going a bit up, but I'm still positive. I hope it doesn't come back.
It cost a question, man.
Go ahead.
So was the cancer like the impetus behind all this kind of drive for you to lose the weight, or were there other biomarkers that made you like realize that you had to lose the weight? Was it just the cancer? It
was definitely the cancer because, like I said, we never know. Everybody's body's different. But why take the chance when you know you can, whatever you can control, do it, especially when it comes to your health. Things that you can't control, now you're going to break your head for it. I used to be like that. But whatever you could control, you should do it.
What are some of the things that you're controlling now? Like some of the habits. What did you change? Like
eating,
tell us what
eating. My eating habit. First things first is your eating habit. I don't know about you. Once again, this is based on people that relate to me. I'm not for everybody, right? It's my experience, and I know there's a lot of people like me when it comes to for their weight and all. And basically, you have to cut what you eat. Now, how much? Everybody depends how you eat, how much you eat. Basically, the way I do it now, it's 2 meals, 2 snacks. So, but once again, everybody has a different lifestyle. Everybody's job is different, right? We don't live the same life. But the way I see it is, the formula is there. You can actually put it even within your day. You still get yourself your 2 meals and your 2 snacks, and that's it. It's good for your stomach, especially during the night, to feel a bit hungry. You sleep better, you wake up better. And the more
for
you
a Greek
do it,
person, that is blasphemy.
For a Greek person,
But so, and the other thing is also at one point, even after my surgery, I really let myself go to the heaviest I've ever been. So
even after the surgery?
Absolutely, yes.
Wow.
Even after the surgery, I did maintain myself a bit, and then I just let myself go.
You went back to old habits.
Well, it was hard on me after the surgery, right? I couldn't do much.
Well, it's true. Yeah.
I couldn't do much for a while. So even if it's 2 months, 3 months doing nothing, because you can't, not because you don't want to, you fall. Unfortunately, I fell into the trap, right? I got used to not training and all that, and it caught up to me. And so it was actually this year, the beginning of the year, I said I'm going to concentrate on my health and feel the reward of it at the end. So what I did is, first things first, I went straight to my doctor and I told him I want a full blood test, even though I knew it was going to be bad. What bad? To the point, a bit of high this, low this.
Yeah.
So, but I still went. I took the paper the same day. For the first couple of months, guys, the only thing you do is walk. Unless you like to work out, I hate working out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. So all my life, I've been to the gyms, all that. It's just not for me. I decided to do something that I know I have to do it, but let me at least enjoy it, and I will lose weight. So I hate jogging, I hate running. So at least walk, man. It's better than nothing. But the minimum you're gonna walk is at least an hour. So I would do that every day. Every day, as of beginning February. I was walking every day 1 hour, and it was with the snow and everything hard. I was 297, guys, 297. So yeah. So, but the thing is, once again, everybody's life is different. You come back from work. I know you're tired. You have your kids, but you need to put it. It needs to become a norm now. Like I said, it's hard. Like I said, it's hard to talk about others. Like George, do it tomorrow. I don't know your lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
I just don't know your lifestyle. But what I'm trying to tell you is, because of my experience and what could actually happen to us, just don't eat much, man. Don't eat much. That's a secret.
But it's a good thing at least that you've taken this step. And I know that you mentioned before that you're mostly like an introvert, right? Where you were very shy, and the fact alone that you decided, let me just talk about it, right? Let me raise as much awareness.
This right now for me right now is so hard for me. Like the first time I did it, it was at Nick's and Dr. Andrew Steinberg's show. Have the Balls talk about
Have
it.
The Balls, yeah.
I did it. I did one before my surgery and I did one after. It wasn't that easy. Maybe on the camera it seems chill, but even now it's not easy for me, guys. I'm being honest. But
good though. It's good. That's a good thing.
I want to share it. I want to share the experience because.
And it's a good thing, but what I wanted to say was, because you keep mentioning that everyone has a different lifestyle, everyone thinks differently, but the fact that you're talking about it, definitely you're going to reach out to someone, right?
Yes.
And it's these examples of people's actual reality that kind of hits home, right? Like, I mean, and you don't necessarily have to go through what you went through to click and say now is the time. Very often we learn from other people's examples, right? Other people's fortune, or sometimes even other people's misfortunes. And in your case, it was a bit of a misfortune, but it's still enough for someone else that is listening to realize that you reach a certain age, like past 40, 41, where things don't work like they used to when you were 15 or 20 or even 30, right?
Absolutely right. They don't.
Yeah, and it's all the signs that I think every man out there, and especially dads like we are, need to start taking seriously. I mean, how many people actually do their annual checkup, right?
Not many. You'll be surprised.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Not
exactly.
Many. And the thing is, and also with what I've seen is also the more you take care of yourself, there's more positive in you. And especially if you have family and kids, you transfer that positive to them, right? They see you happier. They see you. So that's what I always say. Even our parents that are our grandparents already, right? And we tell them, you still need to take care of yourself if you still want to be there for the little ones and still have the energy for it. You cannot just give everything to everyone and just forget about yourself.
Right.
A lot of people used to do that. I was one of them too, right? More with the others, less for me. That's how I was. But it almost killed me. And it almost killed me apparently because I was about to say, when I reached my biggest back in February when I did the exam, 297, I did a heart exam, like a heart test. And apparently they can't determine the date. I actually had a mild heart attack.
Yeah.
I didn't feel or anything. I went to a specialist. Apparently he said, I really don't see it much, but the thing is we cannot determine the date or time when it happened.
But at some point they see that there was something off.
Exactly. They see there's something off. So definitely that also scared me. And I never looked back, man. And now the thing is, after a while, once again, everybody's different. It took me maybe more than half the year, and now it's almost a year that I'm doing this, and now I feel more comfortable. Let's say I go out tomorrow for supper. I'll have my entree. I'll have my main course. I'll have my dessert. I'll have my coffee, and I feel fine. I feel good. But everything I eat is like, you don't need much. You don't need too much food. We really don't need too much food.
Yeah, it's about reprogramming your body to accept less and to be okay with it, basically. How much? Go ahead, Chris.
No, sorry, man, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna move into the weight loss. How much have you lost so far?
Well, but when I first started, I said I was 297, and the lowest. Well, right now I'm 211.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was,
like I said, long journey.
You said, like, I got, okay, one of the things is obviously the walking. That was very important for you. The hour walk was something that rain, snow, whatever the conditions were outside.
No excuses.
That's something.
No excuses.
Exactly. That's something that you just kept. So that was an important one. You spoke about the 4 meals. When you're talking about 4 meals, it's 2 bigger meals and I guess 2 snacks, the way you said it. How did you track that? Like, how did you, like, were you having the same thing every day? Did you have some kind of a reference, a calorie count? Was it the way you would plate the portions? Like, just give us a little bit more information on that. How do you prepare?
Yeah, no problem. Well, the thing is, once again, the less you eat, the better. And during lunchtime, for example, nothing heavy. A good sandwich. Doesn't matter about the bread and all. Yes, not too much bread every day, but it's all about the balance of what you eat. Don't say, oh, I'm only going to eat salad, only lettuce. No, you could have your pasta, not every day, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. So basically, let's say lunchtime, I'll fix myself a sandwich. Easy on the cold cuts. If you have like leftover chicken or anything, even a steak, it's better, right? So yeah, easy on the cold cuts. I actually stopped eating the cold cuts. So anything like leftover chicken stuff, make a good sandwich, and that's it with a bottle of water, like water. That's it. Nothing else. Just your sandwich and your water. That's my lunch. So let's say around 11, 12. Once again, everybody's different. Let's say I eat at around 12 o'clock. Then around 3, a nice little snack. Snack meaning, I don't know, 2 toasts with a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of Nutella, or a yogurt, or 1 fruit. Something very small, like a snack. And bottle of water. And then,
so you wouldn't take the big spoon, and go into the Nutella jar.
No.
You wouldn't do that. Okay.
You're good for the whole year after. You're good for the whole year.
One big spoon before you eat the sandwich, then you eat the sandwich, and then when you're done, you eat another big spoon just to top it all off.
No. I wish. You could. After a while, you're going to be able to do that. But no. And then supper time comes. Once again, depends what time you guys eat. I eat around between 6:45 and 7 p.m. And now, supper time. Anything meat, chicken, pork, beef, whatever you want, a little bit of greens, rapinis, horta, anything you guys want. Most time it's that. And sometimes a little bit of rice or a little bit of potatoes. But that's your supper. With, once again, water. And then around 9, 10 o'clock, it's night, you're hungry. Some nuts, man. Like not much, like a handful, like maybe like 20 of them or something. Not salt, no salt, obviously. And then drink your water. Water, man. Just drink a lot of water. And that's what I do. Those are my 2 meals and my 2 snacks. Yeah, you have to find a way to put them within your day. Doesn't matter if you're hungry. At the beginning, yes, you're going to be hungry. I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard at the beginning. But once you get used to it, it's a norm. You have to do it, and then you'll understand me.
Tell me a little bit. I want to talk to you a little bit about your mindset, because you mentioned about how you hated training and you never liked it. You started with walking, but now I see pictures and videos that Nick posts, and you're training on the regular with Nick. How did you get to that point where you just couldn't stand training, and now it's part of? I don't know how often you train, if it's daily or if it's I don't know how many times a week, but yeah, take us through that. I mean, how did that unclick?
The lighter you feel, the better. The heavier you are, there's things you really don't want to do. You hate. But the moment you start losing the weight, the moment you feel lighter, you definitely have more confidence in you. Suddenly, you like it. Suddenly, you want to go to the gym. Suddenly, because you want to keep looking good, because it makes you feel good.
Don't the results provide the momentum that give you the motivation?
Yeah.
No, exactly. That's what it is. It makes you feel good, and you want to keep that feeling. You don't want to lose it. But it's work like anything else. But eventually, it will become a norm
Can
to you.
I
You're
ask you a
gonna
question,
want to do
Costa? How
it.
tall
Yeah,
are
go
you?
ahead. 5'11".
5'11", you were 297.
Yeah,
And now you're 2'11".
2'11". Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's one of the
Yeah.
things, because it's like we're doing all this stuff and we're looking at in the testimonials, and basically like the two things that I'm coming up with that I'm realizing, obviously you've kind of expressed in maybe in an implicit way, the experts kind of expressing this in a maybe more explicit way, but I find the two things, and tell me if you agree. Number one is that we all know that we're pretty much a Google search away from life-changing information. So it's not like we're not doing what we know how to do. It's just you needed that click. There's a drive. There's got to be that attitude or mindset, the way George talks about it, the impetus, whether it's bad news, whether it's something tragic. You need that change. That's one, the change agent that's going to make you make the decision, because the information is kind of like what you're sharing is normal stuff. It's like nothing out of the ordinary here, right?
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We make things hard for us. Yeah. The answers are out there. Like, it's all about balance your life. You got to balance everything. Anything you like so much, the more you use it, the more you wouldn't want it after. You got to miss it. You got to want it. You know what I mean? So as much as I say I love pizza, I'm not going to have it every day. I'm not going to have a large one because I know I could eat one, but I don't need that. I don't need a large one, And it's something you got to work on yourself. You got like anything else. You got to work on it.
You got to choose what you want.
Exactly.
You want to have a big belly and heart problems, or do you want to have a longer life and feel better?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. And that was the second thing I was going to say. It's that, and if you've been an overweight person, you know that being overweight is hard. Being a fat person is hard on your knees, on everything, right? It's really hard.
No fun, man.
But losing the weight is also hard. So you just have to choose the hard.
You have but we make it hard once again because we're used to all the food we eat. It's an addiction. It's like a drug. It's hard to let it go. You're gonna think about the McDonald's and the pizzas but it's gonna take a couple of months, guys. It's not gonna happen in a couple of weeks. The mindset, I'm saying, the weight loss, obviously the water and everything goes away. But I'm talking about the mindset. It's gonna take a couple of months until you realize, wow, this is it. It's normal for me now.
Well, yeah, because trust yourself in a buffet.
Pardon?
Would you trust yourself in a buffet?
Now, yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, you could.
I was watching your Christmas show, and you guys were talking about how much food, right? That's the tradition in Greek households.
Yeah, the preparations.
Food. Yeah, exactly. But then you think about it. Do we actually need so much food? Because even if you're 20, we make food for 40 or 50 people.
Even if we're, because
the thing is
40, 50 people.
No, but because the food is there.
The recipe is for one size. That's it.
Yeah, it's one size fits all. It's like we're making food for 30 families. Whether there's 5 people that come or 30 families, this is the recipe. I got it from my grandmother who used to make it for an entire village. That's what we got to copy paste now.
Just more meat.
No, because even though it's going to be leftovers, but because it's there and it's so good, during that night, my friend, you're going to go for a third and a set and a fourth and a fifth, and you're going to keep eating.
It's all right once a year.
No. But once again,
it's what you do before and what you do after that. That's what matters. You have to earn that cheat. You have to earn that cheat.
You said it. Exactly. You said it. But you have to start. If you haven't started, then you don't earn that cheat.
Look, I have a similar experience with you in terms of weight loss, so I know exactly everything you're talking about.
Okay.
So
that's what I'm saying.
It's
you lost weight because I saw the videos. You must be feeling great now, no? Much better?
Since when?
Well, with the videos I've seen, especially the last one, you've lost weight. I think you won the competition, what you guys have.
But that's nothing because
before it started.
I mean, George started losing weight. George started losing weight way before we started this podcast. So I mean, he was way bigger than what people have gotten to see.
No, in 2017, I lost 104 pounds in 10 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was a calorie counting and the walking, and that's all it was.
That's it. You want to start, just walk, and then after that.
The only reason I gained weight again is because I quit smoking. I went to Greece, pandemic, and I gained like 35 pounds. So that's why I'm in this competition.
Yeah,
but you gotta maintain it. It's all about maintaining it.
It's all about maintaining it, and it was very easy. It was a couple of few little tweaks in life, but boom, guess what? We're going back down that path. I'm sorry, it's a little noisy, but it's important what you're doing and sharing it with people. I gotta tell you because I know a lot of people that need it, and I'll tell them what they need to hear, but one person is not enough. They need to hear it from many people. You know
But it's not only that, George.
They need to hear it from different people with different messages.
They obviously need to hear it from different people. But what I also think has a huge impact is the medical factor. You lost weight because you were disciplined enough to do it, and you lost weight. So
I chose.
Of course, you chose to do it. But when you
chose to put an end to it,
Yeah.
I was 340 pounds. I Kosta
340.
340
Wow.
pounds. Yeah.
So I mean,
But you're a tall boy, no? You're tall.
6'3".
But George, you lost the weight, and when you go after, when you want to convince your friends or other people that, look, this is what I did, guys, you should do it. It doesn't have as much of an impact than someone like Kosta saying, "Fuck, look what happened to me, man. I had zero symptoms. I felt nothing. Luckily, I had a checkup, and I came 1 year to being in a terminal phase with prostate cancer." I mean, that slaps you right in the face, because especially the people that are around our age. And that's what I love about what you're doing, Kosta, and sharing this information, because there's so many people that that feel fine, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't think that something might be wrong, like in your case.
And listen, in most of the cases,
also what you said before is that you didn't even realize you had a mini heart attack at some point.
On top of that, yeah.
How many people are living with that?
Yeah, because like I said, at some point, once again, especially our age group, even younger, listen, the chances for that to happen, what happened to me, yes, they're so slim. But with the way we're eating and even the food, the way they're being made, I don't care if it's vegetables, whatever it is, the checkups have to be done early. They have to be done early. Like I said, and I remember that during that time, I was watching, I don't know, one of the Greek channels. Somewhere in New York, there was a charity regarding this Greek American guy. He was 41 years old, and he died from prostate cancer. And I went on the internet, I found it, and I read the story. He, once again, he saw blood. There was no symptoms, and once he saw blood, he went to the hospital, the cancer, and he didn't last long.
It was too late.
But he's one of those guys that didn't have any symptoms. The symptoms kicked in once the blood came out. So once again, it's not to scare anyone, but because it happened to me and all the guys out there, go to your doctors. Just if you have never checked this,
it's not about scaring people. It's just there's a reality check that I think everyone needs to kind of do.
People should be scared. They should be realistic.
It's not easy for everybody. Yeah.
No, people need to be realistic about what they're living, what the threats of. You're in your 40s. You're only getting older. Yeah. The problems are only getting greater. You shouldn't take your health for granted.
And it's a fact that we actually need to make changes. We have to. There's no choice. We're not young anymore. We're young. Yeah, we are. Don't get me wrong. We're not old. But like you said, George, things are changing. We are changing. And the food we're eating, it's not the same as it used to be. So, and if it's the only choice we have to eat, eat it. But don't eat as much. You don't need much.
Have you eliminated processed food completely, or?
No, but I balance everything. I try not to eat as much of the bad stuff as much as I used to. Plain and simple. Yeah. Now things like McDonald's and Burger King's, X on that. That's for sure. Sodas, all that, big X on that. But no, at the beginning, it's mostly eating home. Listen, I love to cook. I grew up in restaurants. Cook for me is a passion, and it's also a therapy for me. So if I'm craving a pizza, or let's say I'm craving a poutine, I make it. I know what's in there. I know how to do it. I control everything, and I don't feel guilty eating it, and also control the portion. So it makes a big difference. It definitely makes a big difference. And once again, because of where the lifestyle we live, we need to start checking up as much as we can.
Right.
At a young age.
And the training you do with Nick, it's what you're doing more of a HIIT program.
Once again, at the beginning, So at the beginning, like I was saying, for the first couple of months, I was only walking for an hour every day. I was never missing a day. No excuses. That was my thing in my head. No excuses, unless it was something very important, not something serious. Sure, no problem. But hey, you want to go out for supper when we can, obviously. No. At what time? No. It's I have to walk. If you want to go after, not. It's okay. So walk, guaranteed, like no excuses every day for an hour. I did that maybe for a good 4 months straight, 3 4 months straight. And then once I saw I lost the weight, maybe a good 30 pounds, 40 pounds, around that 30 pounds, I'd say. You want to gain a bit the muscle now, right? So that's when I started going to Nick. But Nick, I used to go with him a long time ago, right? He was still there with me. He stuck by me even with my downs. He motivated me every day. Even time, oh, come over, let's come to the gym. Come to the gym. I didn't want to go. And no, he stuck by me, man, from the beginning till now. And yeah, the journey is great. And yeah, then I started going to Nick's for mostly for weights.
Yeah.
And yeah, so 3 days during the week we do weights. Then the other days now, I walk to his place. It's half an hour. I walk to his place. I train 45 minutes with Nick, and then I walk back to my house. And I do that 6 times. Six times
Awesome.
6 times during the week.
Wow, you train 6 times a week with him?
Yeah, I take 1 day off to rest my body. That's it. I find the time. You have the time. You find it. It's only at the end. I say it's 2 hours. I have 2 hours to give it to that because guarantee I'm going to be 2 hours looking at the Instagram or whatever social media we have.
Yeah.
So I have 2 hours. I'd rather do that, and that's it.
So tell me something, just for the people that are wondering, because some people when they hear 6 times a day, some people when they hear 4 times a day, 4 times a week, sorry, they think, fuck, there's no way I can do that. Give us a little, a brief little look at your schedule. What's it like? Like how?
I thought you were gonna ask him to show you his abs or something.
Yeah.
No, but the thing, George, once again, you don't have to go 6 times, right?
No.
It's because I'm starting to like it. At the end, it's how you feel. If you know 3 times, 2 times, 4 times is good for you, then it's up to you.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to see. I just wanted you to give us kind of like a glimpse of what one of your days looks like. Like, how do you plan your day?
Well, besides Saturday and Sunday, obviously, Sunday is most of the times my day off. I take the rest, but on Saturday, I go to Nick's early. So we do Saturday. Most we do is the bag. So we box 5 rounds, 5 minutes each round, a minute rest in between, and then we do some abs, some push-ups, and all that. That's on Saturdays. During the week, listen. Once again, my schedule is I'm able to have my lunch, like I said, between 11 and 12. You have your go lunch. No breakfast, nothing. Lunchtime. Then obviously, if I'm working that day during the week, because sometimes it could be weekend, sometimes it could be during the week. So if on the weekend, let's say that day I have a day off, I usually go train with Nick in the middle of the day, like say 2, 3 o'clock. If I'm working, let's say for example, then it's after. So after the workout, I come back home, and then after it's then it's supper time, and then you have your snack at night, and that's it, man. But once again, every day is different, like I said. But the thing is, you have time to do your workout. You're an hour walk.
Carve it in your schedule. It has to be in the schedule.
You want to do it before you start working. You want to do it after you start working. Whatever you have, even after work, you have a meeting or somewhere. You're like, okay, after my meeting, I have time. I'm gonna do it after. You have time. You just once again, I can't tell you exactly when to do it because everybody's day is different.
Yeah.
So you have to find the only thing is, there's no excuses of not doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the only thing.
And another
no
important thing you're saying. Another important thing you're saying is that we kind of brushed off quickly is the accountability factor and having a support system. In this case, it's Nick, and sometimes it could be your wife, it could be children, it could be a mentor, it could be a coach. But it's important to have that. It's not everyone's built in a way where they could support themselves all the time, and it can be through reading or watching things or testimonials. A lot of times you need that extra person to push a little bit and keep you accountable.
It definitely helps. You always have your family, that's for sure. But as families, everybody has their own things going on, right? So a good friendship is actually sometimes closer, right? It's like a brotherhood. And it's actually it's amazing having somebody next to you pushing you in case something happens. Yeah, definitely, and it goes both ways. So
and that's why George got the dog.
The dog, man. Yeah, I heard about the dog, man.
I wasn't good. The dog is fine. He's perfect.
George has gained weight since the dog.
I ate with him. Yeah, no. I was gonna say about what Chris was saying, Kosta, about having
the dog, so he could be accountable. So when he loses the weight, the dog is gonna post on Instagram the pictures. The dog is gonna post George's pictures.
The dog with his own Instagram account.
I just had this. I just had this thought about we're talking about accountability and your family, and yeah, of course it's important. But if you know that if there's one person that is gonna most likely get you back on the bad habits, it's your family, because it's like, oh man, don't worry, don't feel bad. Here, I made some moussaka for you. Have like 5 pounds of it.
Stop blaming the moussaka.
But it does come to a point that we have to control and say just
No, but you know what is? I told my mom, like, look, I'm starting to be careful. I'm starting to really watch it. I'm in the right zone right now. I want to do this. I want to do it once and for all. And she's like, oh, good for you. But deep inside, she was upset. Deep inside, it's like, oh my God, he's never gonna get what? He's not gonna like my food anymore. It's like I can never impress him or make him happy with my food anymore. So it was almost like guilt. It was mixed. It was ambivalent. She had too many mixed emotions at once.
But Chris, but you know that she won't stop. She's still gonna make the food, because she's gonna be like, maybe he's gonna eat it today. It's okay. I'll make it. And then he can decide. That's when you go down the wrong path.
5-minute warning for me, boys.
Yeah, you gotta go. Okay, we can stay on even if George has to go back to work.
No problem.
See, the for a lot of people, the training is a big deal, right? I mean, it's that breaking point where people want to be at, but they just can't, right? I mean, and I've lived it. Chris and George have lived it as well, where we go through a phase where we're training like madman, and then it's what you said in the beginning, the yo-yo factor, where you lose the weight, you're like, oh, okay, good, I did it, and then you kind of ignore or forget. It gets erased.
You forget about it.
Yeah.
Something happens in people's lives, right? Different things happen, good, bad. Well, most of the time they be bad, and you lose your focus. A lot of things happen to everybody, but at the end, I admit it. Most of my things were excuses, all excuses, because like I said, once you're in it,
they're not always excuses.
Not all, but certain things you can get up and do.
I'm talking on my side, then probably the other guys with the kids. It's not always excuses.
Well,
like I said, but life is different.
Excuses is not controlling what's on your plate. That's an excuse.
Yeah.
George.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking at me for? I eat healthy stuff.
George piles on his plate because he's gonna train tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah. The eating, once again, if you definitely can't work out as much, even let's say only once per week or two times a week, you definitely need to control your portion. You need to control your portion.
That's what Dr. A told us too.
Yeah.
Control what you can right away. It's your food.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to control. It's the food. So
the exercise ties in with your calorie count.
Yeah, but you need the exercise. You need a bit of everything, but the food is the most important thing to control.
Exercise has many benefits, but
exercise is important because it's two different things, right? Like if you're gonna lose weight, you could do it with not really exercising by just really restricting calories.
Exactly.
But you need the muscle, right? You're getting older. You need
to get that heart pumping, man.
Yeah. So it's exercise is to
but
keep
don't
you
use
healthy.
the mistake I find people have is I can't start the gym, therefore I can't start at all. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's bad. That's
bullshit.
bad.
That's denial. That's denial.
That's excuses.
Yeah. No, it is that. That's excuses.
Yeah, that's an excuse.
That's why you have to find something you like doing.
When you make that decision, the first place you start is your next meal. It's the most obvious choice. And take it from there.
It comes to a point that decision needs to be made sometimes as soon as possible because time is passing and we're getting older.
It's not a decision. It's a choice.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a choice.
It's
a choice.
Semantics.
It is a choice.
It's a choice.
Because deciding is removing the options and picking one. So it's a decision, right?
Both sound good. At the end, you still have to do it.
Failure is always around the corner, so you have to choose. Always choose wisely.
Costa, tell me from like a physical, from the physical perspective, how do you feel? First of all, like body wise, like physically, how do you feel? Did you have any back pain before? Any knee pain? Like any bodily?
No.
Pain? that you
No,
suddenly feel
the
less
thing
of?
is, the thing is, being overweight wasn't good for me also because of my surgery. Because after having my surgery, for a certain time, I had to wear men's diaper
Yeah.
because you leak. Yeah, you have that muscle that you squeeze basically to hold to hold it in. I had to work it out.
The
And
sphincter
it's still
muscle.
not, yeah, and it's still not 100%, right? So there's still some challenges, and being overweight did not help at all.
Mhm.
So that's also another factor of losing weight, and it's you see the difference now. It's way better. It's actually I'm not gonna say 100%, but it's getting there. So I definitely see the difference in that. Like I said, you definitely feel better. You're lighter. You feel better. You look better. You know, you look better in clothes.
But
It's all positive.
yeah,
It's all
obviously,
positive. It's all positive in that way, right? There's other things in life like everybody else, but in that perspective, um, you feel way better.
but it's also the mental aspect too, right? I mean, you're better off in your head too, like in your mind, you're good, you're happy.
In most things, yeah, of course, of course.
And
Of
I think
course,
I think that plays a big role as well, right? Because if you're always down and if you're always depressed or if you're always sad or if you're always discouraged,
yeah,
you know, there's never a moment where you're going to be like, okay, let me just go train now. Like it's much harder to take that step, right? So I mean, the challenge isn't only
yeah.
physical for you to actually do the
No, it's also
exercise.
mental.
It's also mental for you to actually take that step.
Yes, it's also mental. That's what I was saying before. Is that choice or decision? You have to do it, and because at the beginning, it's not that easy just to control your mind and everything. It's gonna take months to once again to become a norm. At the beginning, you're gonna think, okay, I want to lose weight, but at the same time, wake up in the morning, oh, it's raining, it's snowing. Most of the times, we'll be like, okay, tomorrow's another day. No, there's an umbrella. But it's hard at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm saying this because you are able to push yourself. It's your body, man. It's you. Push yourself. Nobody's holding you back. If for me, I felt being weak doing that. Not able to wake up because what? It's raining. Who cares? Grab an umbrella, put some clothes on, dress for the weather that's outside, and go for it. You come back after an hour, you take a shower. The rewarding is amazing. The more you see it, even mental, just by itself, without realizing, wow, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better.
Tell me something. What's your goal? What's the objective now? You already lost over 80 pounds. 80, you said, yeah, eh?
Yeah, it's been over 80.
Yeah, over 80 pounds. 80. Yeah. Well, what's the objective?
The objective is it's, once again, to maintain it. Obviously, new goals for next year, because you want them. Once your mindset is towards the positive, you want new goals in your life.
Is there a target? Is there a target weight that you've kind of fixed in your head?
I did a research, and apparently, my height, I'm supposed to be 175 or something, but
holy shit,
I don't think so. That's gonna look good on me. I'm definitely happy at between 205 and 215. I'm good. Like if I'm around there, I'm happy. If I go up and down between that, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But once again, the next goal is to maintain it, to keep it, and do what I'm doing. That's it. You see too much food, and I want to tell you guys, the first weekend of December, first time I did it, I did a 3-day water fasting. So basically, Sunday, 7 p.m. was my last meal, and I ate again Thursday afternoon. So almost, let's say 4 days, let's say 3. So just water. The best feeling, even mindset, guys. If you never have done it, try it.
Yeah, I've done it.
They recommend the first time between 24 and 72 hours. 24 is good if you can't the rest, but 72 hours, just a mindset. Wow, what a feeling.
And then 72, realize, sorry, I did 48.
Yeah, 72 hours. Even 48 is amazing.
Oof, 72 hours is
And just the feeling after starting eating, you realize you don't need much. Even just by doing that, you don't need much to eat. And it's good for the pocket too, man. The money. It's too much food on money.
But it's also tricky what you do first, right? Like after your fast, the first meal you eat, you have to be careful because
you have to. You know. But also the reason why I did it,
you have to choose wisely.
Yeah, but the reason why I did it, if I was 297 and you told me to do it, I wouldn't have done it. There's no way I would able to do it. There's no way I would able to do it. I did it because I know where I've reached in my life, I could do it.
Right.
And honestly, I didn't have no headaches. I was not nauseous. I felt great. I just felt I could just say positive things about it for what I did for 3 days.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
we're gonna wrap it up. We promise eventually when things get better, Kosta will come in studio. We'll do a nice in studio session as well. Hopefully, we'll be able to share our stories and I'll tell you exactly how I won this competition.
We could all four laugh. We could all three laugh at George's results together.
Yeah,
hey, George, you know we grew up in the same block, huh? Not George Panusi.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on Delepi.
I grew up Delepi between Beaumont and Jean Talon.
No way, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I want to tell you the story. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
Does somebody owe you money?
No. Wait. How old are you, George? If you don't mind.
40. Almost 41.
So,
yeah.
Okay, I'm 39. I'll be 40. So we're like a year apart. Okay, so we're definitely young at that time. It was summer, I think. Do you remember a black Camaro open door? The door was open. We was able, guys, to open the door. I think it was in front of your house. Anyways, that Camaro was my dad's. I remember. But his driver's door wasn't working fine, right? So one in the morning I was up. We were young. I went to the balcony and I see you guys going in and out. And I told my dad, "There's kids in the car." He looks, it's okay. I'm gonna get ready to go to work.
It was us. I don't remember.
It was you guys.
Fucking crook.
But that looks like, it's okay, man. Let them have fun. It's okay, man.
I don't remember that. That's so funny.
It was summer day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Kosta, man, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. It's an amazing story.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for raising awareness, and please continue to do so. We're going to have you back eventually when things get back to normal. Guys, this is the last episode of the year. Happy holidays. Happy New Year to you, to your families.
Christmas. Happy New Year, guys.
Thank you all for tuning in all these months, all these weeks, and supporting the podcast. Continue to do so in the following year because we're going to have a lot more content coming up. See you all in 2022, guys. Thank you all so much. Take care.
Sounds
Thank
good,
you, guys. Bye, guys.
Ciao.